Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is Ikaika Ho'ohuli, your host of Unscripted Randomness with Ikaika. I have on today a really good buddy of mine. I've been trying to get him on for weeks and I finally got him nailed in. I had to bum rush him at the end of a service and make him feel guilty for ducking me and dodging me this entire time. But I finally got him on. So without further ado, please welcome my good friend, Joshua Long. Started recording already.
Oh snap! I say weird things.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah, hopefully I don't say too weird of things.
I've for sure lost some listeners though. Not because of guests.
Because you don't post things,
dude. It's the worst. So I got up. I was consistently posting things, and then I got up to my 10,000th. I got my first paycheck.
I didn't know you could get.
Shout out to Libsyn. So it's kind of weird how it works because it's not a paycheck, but it's like they pay you for. So after you get over a certain amount of listeners, every 1,000 listeners is $15.
Oh, cool.
So I got my first.
You're
my
rich.
First run around. Yeah, right. Come on.
Quit your other job.
Okay, so I'm not gonna have to introduce you, but I feel weird because I say that all the time on the podcast.
It's okay.
Like, I don't have to introduce you.
I'd rather be unknown.
You're going to be
Who
on.
is this voice?
The voice of an angel.
Nope, not really.
So I like I kind of like the spin that we're watching football, and we can't have any sound because then I'll get like in trouble for copyright and all that stuff. But I don't think that us commentating on a game constitutes copyright, right?
I don't know.
If we did our own play-by-play and we were screaming. So
we're it's both not going to help people much anyway.
We're both, no kidding. Well, I mean, it's happening right now, and this is not live, so.
It could be better. It could be better than Monday Night Football's commentating anyway.
Oh, dude, who does Monday Night? Is that Chris Collinsworth?
And Boogie?
Yeah. You know who I really enjoy? And it's not even because I'm a Cowboys fan.
I knew you were going to say it.
But no, come on. It's Tony Romo.
He's
Romo
good.
Not one of the best analysts.
He's good.
That's the only way he's going to make it to a Super Bowl, unfortunately.
It's because he calls the plays before they happen.
I know. It's like you couldn't do that when you were on the field.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, we are... So it's funny because I was going to bring up, I was already thinking it's unscripted randomness, so I'm not supposed to bring up topics beforehand. But in my head, I was like, I'm going to bring up fantasy football because I have Eckler playing tonight.
Boo.
And you have Gordon playing tonight.
I traded Eckler.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dude, that was
I
such
had
a bad
Gordon.
call.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad call.
Because you could just spot start him, right? If you know they're going to be playing from behind, you play Eckler because he's there passing.
I think I traded him for... yeah, never mind. I'm not going to say because it was not a very good move. I think I got...
Eckler already got me 5 points.
OBJ FYI. For him. Yeah, bad move.
So Eckler's gotten me 5 points already, and it is the beginning of the second quarter. Robert Woods had 0 points for me, and I'm going to win my game.
That's good for you.
I'm barely scraping into playoffs right now, like contention.
Second to last.
I have the third most amount of points, I think. Fourth most amount.
I have the fourth most amount of points. I'm second to last.
Our 8th place guy is a good friend of mine, Frankie, and I'm pretty sure he's our top scorer, or if not number 2, and he's in like 8th place now.
Nice.
So, sorry it's all grainy. Apparently my Wi-Fi is subpar. But I also have kids upstairs using it and a brother-in-law in his room watching his own thing. So it's like we've got 10,000 things going on the internet at once.
Bring them all down here. Let's...
Oh man, you know what's funny is we were talking at Jackson's birthday, and I found something out about you that was pretty cool. That I was like, I'm for sure bringing it up. This is like completely destroying the unscripted randomness portion.
It's kind of scripted randomness.
It is kind of almost sort of mediocre.
You're gonna change the name, man.
I know, almost unscripted randomness. No, but when we were talking, I didn't know that you were like a huge space buff.
I am a huge space buff.
Are you like a space buff in the sense that you're really into what NASA's doing because your pops works for them, or are you like super into space, like you follow? Like I sent you that text message. I don't know if you saw that in October.
I didn't even think
the meteor showers and all the stuff that were going to happen in October. I sent that to you because I was like, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. I subscribe to some like weird stuff.
I'm a huge space nerd, man. So my dad worked at NASA, then he worked at Lockheed Martin. Then it was ULA, then back to NASA. Yeah. No, and I lived in Florida, so you'd see the space launches from our house, which was sick.
Yeah,
but it was kind of weird because the windows would shake. Like probably, I don't know, it was crazy. And you'd see the light go off in the distance.
That's like an experience that you don't get.
No, and everyone would go outside in their front yard and like watch it. And I don't know. Obviously you don't get that out here in Northern California, but no, like I love more than just NASA. Everything SpaceX is doing, Blue Origin, everything on Mars, the rovers, all that stuff. I just watched. It's funny because when my wife goes to bed, I watch total nerdy shows that she doesn't like. And so I was watching something about, Spirit and Opportunity, the rovers that were on Mars before Curiosity got there.
Yeah.
So, it was like 2 hours of me just sitting there and I was like nerding out. I love it.
So what's funny is in our household, because Caden and I are big space nerds, we like watch the launches online, and like when SpaceX did their like 3-hour stream, we had it on in the background. We didn't watch everything because it's whatever, but we watched when they were launching and everything like that. And Ashley, because Ashley doesn't care about it. She doesn't care about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, there goes Dad with educational programming. It's like, that's what they call space stuff. If I watch anything else, like I can watch anything on like Animal Planet, and it wouldn't be considered educational programming unless it had to do with space or physics.
Nice.
And it's weird too, because like Michio Kaku is like I'm like a big fan of his work, even though like a lot of his work is like he's a pretty outspoken atheist, and everyone who listens to my podcast kind of understands that I'm a Christian.
What?
No,
I never knew that.
I would have never guessed. But I set a lot of that stuff aside. I set a lot of that ridiculousness aside, and just listen to his work, because he's still a genius, still amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. When we went to Florida the last time, I remember me and my dad went to Kennedy Space Center and did that whole thing because Jess and Jonah wanted to go to the beach instead. Yeah. And I was like, okay, you guys have fun. And me and my dad went, and
where are you from?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, where were you born or raised? Where did you live most of your childhood?
I've jumped around, man. So I lived in Florida for up until like elementary school. Then we moved to Colorado when my dad went to Lockheed Martin. And then all the way through college, we lived in Colorado and then moved out here. So kind of bounced around, man. The ocean. And then when we moved to Colorado, I was like, oh man, I miss the ocean, but at the same time, you like the mountains too.
Yeah.
And then you move out here and you're like, I got everything. I got the ocean, I got the mountains, Tahoe, like can't beat it. But then it gets to be like 100 degrees in the summer and you're like, what?
Well, and the fact that it's like, it was 78 today.
I can take that.
It's November 18th.
Yeah. Over 100 though. Oh, every summer I'm like, I'm moving. I can't do this.
I have been a big proponent of us moving out of state. And Ashley's like, well, when the kids are older.
Yeah.
Then we'll
That's hard.
Because moving a kid is difficult. But I'm like, dude, I can't stand California.
Yeah. I was pushing to potentially go back to Florida for a little while. I kind of backed off though. I do like a lot of things about living up here, that kind of outweighs all that. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of have a desire to, we're talking about all this space stuff, to work in that industry in some capacity.
So you settled on healthcare?
Can't really do that in Northern California.
Yeah, there's nothing you could do out here.
Yeah, you'd have to go down south, or you'd have to go.
Yeah. What do they have down south? There's Lockheed is out there. SpaceX is out there. Is Lockheed still out there? They're still out there.
Probably, right? Yeah. They have there's like an Air Force base and everything out there too. And then you got stuff north too. You have Amazon, Blue Origin, everything they're doing. Their headquarters, I believe, is up there. But yeah. So it's spread around. It's just not where we're at.
What brought you to California?
Job. Yeah. So, working in distribution or whatever, I was in Colorado doing that, and then went through a development program. And then as part of it, you had to move into a new role. and that brought us out to California. It was either that or Florida, and we did not want to move to Florida at that time, and didn't have any. I mean, I had some family, but my parents weren't living there yet. You know, I don't know. Jess's sister was living up here. She was going through Mercy, actually. So
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
we came up here, and she introduced us to Destiny. And
is that how you got in with Destiny?
that's how I got in,
when
man.
When did you start? When did you start singing? Like, when did you get asked to be on?
So probably like for the first year, because when we moved out here, I was like kind of burnt out from doing worship like in Colorado. We were trying to help, you know, this family, or we were part of this kind of startup, which was really fun. And I definitely felt like God was doing things, but it was hard because the church wasn't like growing. And so it felt like we kind of were in a rut for, I don't know, a year or so. And so when we moved out here and we got introduced to Destiny, it was kind of nice just to go. And I was like, this is amazing. And I was kind of like burnt out from doing it. And then after a year, I totally got the itch again.
I didn't even know that you had attended for a year before you started singing.
Probably around a year. I remember I was just like, hey, you know, Rachel, like, how do I try out? And they were kind of like, who is this guy? Like a year, you know, he's been going here, and now all of a sudden he wants to try out. And I went through their whole tryout thing, which is different from how it is now. And yeah, I mean, now I've been up there. I don't
how
know
does
how
one?
long.
How are you? I don't know if you're allowed to say that. How does one go about geting on the worship team?
Oh, you want to know the
I want
tricks?
to know the truth. I
Secret,
want to know
man.
everything.
I can't tell you, man. No, you sing good. No,
I mean,
all you guys know. I'm just kidding, man. There's a lot, I think, to it. When I tried out, you know, you tried out with other people.
They had
just
like
basic
American
stuff.
Idol for.
Yeah.
You just have a panel of judges.
Yeah. And you kind of get. I think there was like a handful of songs you go in and sing. It's changed a little bit now. I don't really know exactly how they do it. I think you submit stuff, and then they, you know, obviously meet with you to understand who you are and what you're about. And yeah, I mean, see if there's anything there. But
who determines like the rotation of people on main stage?
I don't know. I mean, I think
Is that a Rachel thing?
I think it is. Yeah, maybe even Steven. I'm not sure. You just kind of get
They call you up and they're like, "Hey,
yeah.
how do you guys rehearse?"
So every Tuesday, you'll get everything way ahead of time, but then typically we'll meet that Tuesday before, just kind of see where we're
It's
at.
just crazy because like a lot of you guys have musical ventures outside of.
Yeah, some of us, yeah.
I keep trying to push Oleg to like pursue. I mean, even if he was just studio drumming, if he was a studio drummer,
He's
huge
awesome.
Music. Yeah, he's such a good drummer. Like,
now he's got
even
twins, though, so
That's
he's
so
not gonna be
crazy.
doing anything.
I know he was supposed to be here,
but holding two babies.
Shout out to our boy.
Yeah, man.
He was supposed to be here. You know what? If I didn't push it back so many times, dude, we've had such a busy season. And you know what's funny is we keep saying that we're the next. Oh, you know what? Once we get through the season, then everything will open up, and then we can start doing all these things. And then it's like, yeah, right.
It's something else. It's
Dude,
always
it's
something,
always
man.
something else.
It's busy.
Yeah, and then you throw kids into the mix. Oh,
That makes it harder.
I saw Jonah today at DCP.
Yeah.
I was Did
Did he headbutt your hand? Because he doesn't high five. He headbutts people's
He
hands.
does headbutt. He does headbutt. So all of your guys' kids, and I say all of your guys' kids, like Judah's in the same class with him, and Elijah and all those guys, and Parker, Stephen Swink's son. They all, because they're all in my ministry, they all call me pastor, and I try to like curb that. And I've said that on like 3 podcasts where I'm like, kids will come up to me and like, "Hey, that's Pastor Ikaika," and I'm like, "Skirt." Hold on.
Nope.
Nope.
Pause button.
But they were I could hear them yelling at the teacher in DCP like, "Hey, there's Pastor Ikaika, there's Pastor Ikaika." I'm like, y'all need to stop because they're gonna call security. I'm not trying to get tackled by Brian today.
No one wants that.
Oh, who just caught that?
I don't know.
I'm not even really watching it.
I know, man.
Second quarter 3-0. It's like, for real. The only good thing is, so I needed a perfect storm to happen this week for my fantasy league because I already won my game, but I am currently in 9th place. But there is
How many people? 10?
10. I'm in 9th place. There's a 4-way tie though, so it's like anything can happen. So I needed a perfect storm to happen, right? I needed to win. The guy that I'm beating currently is in 7th place, but we have the same record, so I'll jump him. Then another guy in my league who's right above me, 8th place. We're tied right now. So if as long as I win, which I am, and he loses, I jump him even though he has more points than me. So I jump into 7th. And then the guy who's in 6th place has less points than me and is about to lose. So as long as he loses, I'm in 6th place, which squeezes we at top 6 make playoffs. So we're a couple weeks out from that, but I'd at
2
least
weeks. Yeah, time is flying, man.
Flying by, man.
I was like, oh, I can make this game up. I can make this game up. And then when you're like 10 games in, you're just like, oh, I need to win all the rest of these.
I need to win out. Well, so as long as I win out based on what just happened. So today, everything that I needed to happen was that Gordon.
I think so. Yeah, it was.
Dude, I hate that this thing is so glitchy. There's got to be a way to fix that.
It's all good. It's probably because we're looking at a Hello Kitty monitor. I have to imagine that the what is it?
I think that's got to be the funniest thing.
The resolution's not gonna be that great,
right? Hold on, let's check something out. So we are watching on my daughter's Hello Kitty monitor. You can't make that up. It's come on, man. That's good.
It's good enough. As long as I can tell every time. It's when Eckler gets the ball, I'm like, it looks like every guy on there.
Yeah.
Gordon has that long, those locks, man.
Yeah. Well, they both have them.
Oh, really?
They both have them.
Oh, I guess I don't remember what Eckler looks like.
Maybe I don't either because maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I just know that this is, yeah, man, whatever. I guess we're going to have to just deal with it.
Yeah, so for space stuff, man, I was telling my family, so I've been looking at telescopes now. I want to start getting into that. And so I was starting to look at some different ones that are out there and got my eye on a few. Tis the season, man.
Yeah. So when I was in college, we got to see the Pan-STARRS telescope,
that's cool.
The Rapid Response Surveying Telescope in Hawaii. And that was awesome. But that was really the only like high powered telescope that I've gotten to see. And I've never gotten to see a telescope that is out in space, right? Like that would be dope.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
That'd be the one. Who just caught that?
I had no one.
Nobody.
My my dad would come home and he'd have like videos of the rocket launches, and he gives me like patches and
how many mission patches do you have?
I don't know, man. There was like there's a bunch that I have from the shuttle that I want to go back and find, because I put them in like a laminated binder and I put them somewhere in my house. And I'm like, where the heck did I put that thing? So I've been searching like here and there, but then he keeps sending me stuff with the different rocket launches. That's not good. Score,
because I don't want Patrick Mahomes on the field. Dang it.
Yeah, are you playing him?
No, I'm not playing against him. I've won my game. But there's a guy that I need to lose so I can be in that 6th place.
And you need Mahomes to play bad.
And I need Mahomes to play bad. Because if I'm beating him, I have like 30 more points than him. And the tiebreaker goes to points, not to head-to-head. If we, what is going on right now? But, yeah, this might be a on our phone adventure.
It'll be less fuzzy.
For sure. I'm thinking I might keep this one up anyway, just so that I can see it.
Yeah, no worries. I'll tell you what happens before it happens.
I know, 8 seconds before. I bet you Patrick Mahomes runs this in.
Yeah.
I would be so mad. But I don't really...
Touchdown.
I'm assuming that was going to happen. They're on the 4-yard line and they have the best
McCoy.
Oh, yeah. So here's what really sucks. I drafted Damian Williams, not knowing that LaShawn McCoy was going to go to Kansas City.
I picked up McCoy and eventually just...
He got drafted in our league.
I dropped him.
He got drafted in our league. You know what?
I drafted him. I drafted him too. Yeah, because I knew he was going. I was like, he's not bad. And I think Damian was injured
pretty well. Well, yeah, he got injured early on in the season, but last year, man, he had like 1,700 or 1,800 all-purpose yards, something like that.
Yeah, he didn't do as
good. And he
was
so he's underutilized, man. They're giving him 8 touches a game.
Well, as soon as someone fumbles the ball, they're like, you're out.
Yeah.
You're in.
You can easily do that with, 10 playmakers.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who are you in a league with? Coworkers or church people?
So my boot camp group that I work out with, one of those guys put it together. So Chris Johnson's in there.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
You work out at Destiny Fitness?
Yeah. What you could
the
come on, man.
So I have been call it my contribution to Destiny Fitness because I've not stepped foot in there in probably 6 months, maybe longer.
And you have a membership?
I've had a membership since they opened.
You need to go, man.
I know, and 5:15 and
come hang out with me.
Full disclosure, I pay the like
full price.
No.
Oh,
not
nice.
Full price. I'm not gonna say what it is. I'm sure you're on the worship team. I'm sure you have.
No, I pay.
What? You pay the whole thing? That's good.
I don't know.
We're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say numbers.
Yeah.
We won't say numbers just in case somebody listens to it and they're like, hold on, let's look into their membership real quick.
Yeah.
So I got in early.
Huh.
I day one.
I think I waited. You know what happened? So that's been open now for what, like 4 years, maybe? Over 3.
Less than that. Yeah. Probably just over 3
I
years.
started going. I did a Spartan like 3 years ago.
I remember when you did that.
And so I literally trained for it by signing up for boot camp and doing it for 2 weeks, and then I survived that Spartan race.
Have you done any Spartans since?
I did one on yesterday.
Really?
Yes, I did one. So I haven't done it since. I did a full Spartan yesterday. I did it with 3 coworkers, and we crushed it. I didn't miss one obstacle.
You have to have a team, right?
No.
Don't you have to have a team?
No, you can run it. You can run it by yourself.
I heard that it's like really difficult though.
No, it's not. I mean, it depends. I did a sprint. It's like 4 miles, 20 obstacles.
Do you know the Surface family by chance?
No.
Karen Surface. So her husband Dean just ran.
Oh, maybe I do.
Yeah, Dean Surface. Well, he just ran ran and cycled and swam. He just did an Ironman, dude, in Arizona.
So that's
in Tempe.
That's intense,
dude.
I don't have a desire to do that.
So let me tell you this crazy story, right? This is insane how crazy of an athlete you have to be to do this. So I guess it's hard to finish, right? But apparently it's a really low finish rate. So these guys train forever and then they don't finish. But in any case, he is obviously not a professional athlete, right? He's an amateur athlete because he's works a full-time gig and the whole nine. So anyway, so he does the swim fine, gets out of the water, starts biking, and he didn't know, this is his first Ironman, he didn't know that it's a smart idea to have extra tires and extra seats and extra stuff for your bike. Because I guess on that 112-mile bike ride or whatever, it's crazy, right? I think it's 112 miles or whatever. I guess like all those things are, happen. So he has 2 flat tires and his seat breaks, like is wobbly. So I guess if you leave the course, you're disqualified. So they had to go through this entire ordeal because he had a flat, and they have guys on like scooters, I guess, like on motorized scooters that come out and help fix bikes and stuff like that, for people who are there. But most of the runners or most of the athletes all bring their own stuff. Mm-hmm. He, in his little the bike shoes, the ones like the little plastic things, he ran, they got a clearance for him to leave the course. He ran to this village in Tempe, Arizona to find a place that would fix his bike. He got back to the course where he was at and rode and finished the race. Like, that's so intense.
And I guess not my thing. I don't want to sit there on a bike that long
100%.
or run. I was telling the guys yesterday when I run, I don't like doing long distance without like the obstacles or whatever, because I get bored, man.
How long is the Spartan race?
It's the one I did was a sprint. It was only 4 miles.
You say
20
that like
obstacles.
You say that like it's super easy to do.
It was. I don't know. I personally, after
4
doing
miles of obstacles,
4 miles with like 20 obstacles in there,
yeah,
like scattered. But it's all up and down hill too. The tricky part with it is like it's on like a cattle field. It's like a ranch.
Yeah.
And so there's
where
all
else
these.
do you do a Spartan race?
Yeah, there's all these divots in the ground from where like cattle have ran all over it.
They like mud up areas too, don't they? To make stuff difficult.
It's gross. I don't know how much
What do you
dirt
run
I
in?
ate.
What are you running?
Workout clothes?
Just workout clothes?
Yeah.
You run in running
And you
shoes?
no,
Or
you
like
have to-
cross country shoes?
Yeah, more like that, like off-road type shoes with more tread on them.
So I just bought for hunting. I bought those Nike trail running shoes because it's not like it gets wet out here, right? So if when I go hunt, I can hunt super lightweight, and they're kind of dope. They have so much tread on the bottom, and it's like you can walk through rocks and like hike with it.
Yeah,
And
I got shoes for this, and they were perfect.
yeah,
Like the first one I did, like my knees, I remember being destroyed. My palms were destroyed. Like I was beat up. This time I finished it. I feel like I could have done it again.
who's all in your boot camp class?
So it's a
Like
lot
people
of
who I would know.
I don't know who you'd know, man.
That's true.
Well, Gabby's in it.
I don't know who that is.
Gabby, who is Andrew, Alan, his
Yeah.
wife.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So she's in it, and there's like Megan Rowe's in it. Cassandra's in it. Those are like the girls' side. My wife will go. We try and switch off weeks. And then on the guys, it's me. Man, there's a handful. There's a lot of guys from Bayside actually that go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, they don't have a gym, right?
no, I mean not that the church had. I don't
Yeah.
know how many churches
Well, no,
have
no, no.
have like a gym that they've built.
I think we take that for granted. We take for
I love
granted
it.
the amount of things that we have. That's like, and
Or the community center or
Most-
whatever. Yeah.
most churches won't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually people are like, wait, that's the gym that's in your church? I'm like, yeah. Your church has
When
a
I
gym?
tell people about the fact that we have a gym with like hammer strength technology weights and
Yeah.
and they're like, really?
Yeah. I love it, man. I've been going for like
35-yard field too.
3 years now.
Turf field.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Well, the turf field's nice, man, until you got to push that sled. And then I'm like, why do we have a freaking turf field? Sleds. Hate them. If Chris is listening, I hate the sleds, man.
Does he throw you guys on sleds a lot?
We did them all, every single workout last week.
Dude, that's dope.
It's,
I'm not gonna do it. That's crazy.
yeah, I hate it.
So I get made fun of for talking about jiu-jitsu a lot on my podcast, but I don't care. It's
Why?
my favorite sport because they know that I'm going to talk about it at some
Yeah.
point in the day.
Oh, I'm not going to be any help, though. I don't know anything.
It doesn't matter.
Except that
I go
instead
off.
of just punching, you kick people, too.
You don't punch or kick at all in jiu-jitsu.
Not at all?
Not even slightly.
Just hit people with your elbows or what?
Yeah.
Now I'm picturing weird things in my head.
No, you don't do that either.
Headbutt.
There's no striking involved in jiu-jitsu whatsoever.
Is it just like wrestling?
It's like submission wrestling.
What am I thinking of then?
You're thinking about MMA,
I was thinking that it was,
Muay Thai,
that's I think what I'm thinking.
or boxing. Do you watch any combat sports?
So I used to watch MMA like years ago.
You can always tell like a real MMA fan versus like a casual fan, which
Yeah.
is great because you need casual fans or the sport doesn't progress. But it's like when someone goes, "Yeah, dude, I totally watch UFC," and I go, "Well, like the sport is MMA."
Yeah.
You know that, right?
I watched it back when like Vanderlei Silva
Yeah.
was doing it, and who else?
Was he in
Like
Pride at the time, or was he fighting in the UFC?
I think he was transitioning.
Yeah. Well, Pride got bought out. So.
I watched it, yeah. So I went back and watched a lot of his Pride stuff, but him.
Pride was
Shoot,
so
man,
vicious,
I can't even
dude.
remember who else was.
Pride was so vicious.
Yeah.
You could knee down to opponents.
BJ Penn was still there.
Yep.
You still had Couture. You still had all
Yeah.
those guys.
like the pioneers.
Yeah, that's when I watched
Who were
it.
all juicing, so everybody was super athletes.
Yeah, man, for sure. And I went to one UFC fight in Vegas with my brother-in-law.
Oh, that's so intense.
Who I want to say Tito Ortiz was trying to come. Was Tito Ortiz in that one? Shoot, man, I can't even remember who fought. One guy I was looking forward to seeing fight. He, I think, got disqualified. Something happened, so they brought in some other fighters.
Yeah.
I wasn't
They caught him juicing.
very invested.
That's the only thing, dude. Like,
And you
they
know
all
what's
get in
funny, man?
trouble for that.
With that sport is just like it's a tiny little ring, and like people are just everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I remember we were sitting up high at one point, and you could actually kind of see into the ring to where you're just like, okay, this is kind of cool. I can see what's happening. And then we moved up like closer to the floor, but you couldn't see anything because it was just like
Because it's
cage.
a raised cage.
I was just watching the TV the whole time, like
Yeah.
just in a. I don't know. It was
That's
weird.
what happens. That's all it is. That's all you do is watch the monitor
Yeah.
because you can't really see it unless you're cage side.
It was cool though. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Think
I haven't
about-
really watched any of that stuff though.
Think about how
since.
crazy that sport is. You get locked in a cage with another dude who wants to murder you.
Yeah. Fight.
It's like literally Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's Street Fighter, but like in
What is it?
A ring.
Mortal Kombat. Toasty. Yeah, man.
Fatalities.
Fatality.
Could you imagine if they could do the fatalities? You don't watch it at all
I
anymore?
cannot imagine that.
That would be hilarious. Well, they kind of
What
do,
if
right?
he-
So they knock someone out, and they follow up until they get pulled off.
Oh yeah.
So
Where their heads. No one can tell what I'm doing.
It's so bad. So there is a fighter named Jorge Masvidal who's like one of the biggest fighters on the planet right now because he's had like this really weird up and down. And during the Kimbo Slice days, he was a street fighter, and he's to fight in backyards. Dropped out of high school, like fighting for prize fighting for money, and then he transitioned into professional MMA. And because he was a street fighter, he'd just go in there and have brawls, and he'd lose fights and win fights and stuff. And he was kind of a journeyman. He's finally caught his stride where he's like, it's his time right now. And he had big time back-to-back knockout wins against these world-class athletes. And then he has a fight against Ben Askren, who's the biggest crap talker on the planet. You know, he's like up there with Conor McGregor in terms of like how disrespectful of things can you say on air, and that like they would compete. And Conor's probably still a bigger crap talker than he is, but he's up there, right? Like he's him and Colby Covington, all these other guys, and so they go into the fight, and Jorge Masvidal knocks out Ben Askren with a flying knee in 5 seconds. It's the fastest knockout in UFC history. And then it was like
this is recent.
That just happened in February, I think February. And so I'm watching it live at work, right? And everybody's behind my desk because I have it up on my screen. Everybody's behind my desk, and when it happens, we're all like, "Oh!" It was kind of an intense knockout. And when he knocks him out, he follows down. He's out cold, and Jorge follows down with these two giant blows. And in the interview, they go, were those two last blows necessary? And he cuts the guy off before he finishes his question. And he goes, they were super necessary. And then like this hashtag super necessary started circulating the MMA world because he hated that guy. And he was like, there's bad dudes in this game. And when you run your mouth before a fight and then you get knocked out, you shouldn't be surprised when the guy who knocked you out talks crap after the fight.
Yeah.
And then because of that, Nate Diaz, who is another superstar, and most people know him, especially in California, he's a Northern California fighter, right? So he calls him out after he beats Anthony Pettis, TKOs him, and he calls him out. He calls out Jorge Masvidal. So they have this huge fight, and Masvidal's on his way up. But he's the ultimate fatality guy because he followed up. It was like, the
fatality.
Dude, the knockout's crazy. Actually,
like how we're tying this to Mortal Kombat.
I know.
Dude, I haven't watched him forever, but even Jess too, like we would watch him together. Like we were really into watching that stuff.
Ashley doesn't really care. She'll watch boxing because boxing is like such a...
I've never watched boxing, actually.
What?
Yeah.
So this weekend, Deontay Wilder is... So there's the Wilder-Ortiz fight that's coming up. That's going to be intense. So Deontay Wilder looks like a Marvel supervillain, if you could picture it. That's what he looks like, dude. This dude is just a giant... Ooh. Mahomes?
No, that's Damian Williams.
Oh, no. Yeah, well, I traded him. So get this.
Oh, you traded him?
I traded him away for Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon has gotten
started doing
like
good
back
now.
to back.
Yeah.
Back to back weeks, man.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, hopefully he turns it around for the rest of the season. So Deontay Wilder looks like a Marvel supervillain, but I'm gonna pull up the Ben Askren knockout. Yeah, I'm gonna pull that fight up. What's funny is you look at my feed, and my feed is like all MMA stuff or jiu-jitsu stuff. I follow jiu-jitsu pretty pretty closely. So
Yeah.
here is the full fight. The full fight was 5 seconds. So this video is 3.5 minutes. Oh, I gotta turn that off. Oh, nobody wants to get... Don't shut me off, y'all. It was 2 seconds of his... So there's... All right. This might be my
You
favorite.
said he looks like a supervillain?
No. This is Jorge Masvidal, Ben Askren. This is the guy who's talking like the guy on this side.
Yeah.
This is the guy. Bink.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh man.
And that was his fatalities right there. That was a fight. Look at him. He's talking to.
It just looked like he wanted to take a nap for the whole fight. He just ran in the middle and just laid
Put him
down.
to sleep.
There was I remember watching another fight where a dude ran up and kneed a dude right in the face.
Yeah.
But it was a while ago.
Well, James Irvin, who is he trains he's a Muay Thai trainer at UFC gym in Rockland, which is one of Uriah's favorite spots.
Huh.
So Uriah and I go way back. Obviously he's the superstar. So if they were like,
Does he still fight?
Yeah, dude, he just.
I liked
won a
watching
fight.
him.
Yeah, he's a G. But hold on, I'm gonna show you Deontay.
How tall is that dude?
He's,
Short,
like,
right?
super short.
Yeah.
So I'm
How- what do you-
I'm 5'10" on my license. I'm 5'9" in probably real life.
Why would you tell me that?
Because I really, I don't really have that complex, but at a point in time in my life, I had that complex,
Yeah.
right? So I put 5'10", and I've never changed it because you just renew your license.
Yeah.
So my license has always said 5'10". I'm like, I'm for sure 5'9".
Do you know what my license says?
What?
I don't have it. I would show you. I don't know how I got messed up. My license says I'm a female. When I went to the airport, the first time I went to the airport, this guy's like, hey, you might want to get this fixed. And I was like, what? And I looked at it. I'm like, why does it say F? I was like, what? I didn't even notice it. So I have not gotten it fixed for however long I've had it.
How long has that been?
A while.
All right,
Nowadays, no one questions it. That's dangerous.
Okay, this is Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, that guy looks like a supervillain.
Dude, he looks like a Marvel supervillain. Straight up.
That's intimidating.
Yeah, let me show you. There's a couple guys. I'm just going to show you a couple guys that I jokingly say, dude, they straight up look like they should be. Like when you see a cartoon character who has 18 abs and these guys are them.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is another one, dude. He was the lineal world champ, but he just got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. He got knocked out by that dude.
Is that him in the middle right there?
This one right here is him.
What the heck's going on?
Bro,
It doesn't look normal.
Okay, so I had this joke going because there's a couple guys. There's this guy Yoel Romero who is a 42 or something like that. 42 years old, bro. Look at this. He looks like a cartoon character, like someone drew him.
He looks like he should be a hero in some kind of movie.
Dude, he should be, right? I'm telling you right now. He you know what he says when people ask him about it, and they go, "What do you do, man? Like you're so big, and you're like perfectly proportioned. What do you do?" And he says, "It's everybody in Cuba. It's everybody in Cuba. Go to Cuba. They're all like this."
Wow, really?
And he just fought this guy.
I'm going to Cuba.
Right? I think you need to have their genetics, though. I think that's the
Probably doesn't hurt when
I'm pretty
your
sure that's the
career is
deal.
working out and fighting and eating right.
So he just fought this dude. So it was like the world's greatest body competition.
Well, just looking at that last guy compared to this guy, yeah, he's pretty ripped right there.
Dude, he's a pretty big dude. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like perfectly proportioned fighters. And then you know what's funny is the king of this division, you would look at him, he looks so skinny. Everybody's gonna be listening to this and they're like, dude, we can't see anything you guys are showing on screen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this dude's like a total dork, right? Like he watches Naruto and like anime and all this stuff.
Okay.
And he does all these cartoon things when he's up on.
Oh, that's
when he's
awesome.
up on. But here's the craziest thing, dude. He just murders everybody.
That's
just
awesome.
knocks everyone out,
He can do stuff like that.
dude. He could do whatever.
You know
he
what
wants.
got really old to me? So yeah, you can do whatever you want, but like even like Anderson Silva, when he was like in his heyday and no one could beat him,
And
when
he
he
put
would
his
put his
hands
hands down, I was like, please, somebody hit him in the face. Like,
and somebody did.
yeah,
Chris
forever.
Weidman. Yeah, Chris Weidman threw that right hook. The thing is Chris couldn't hit him the whole fight, and he kept doing his little like thing where he was joking,
Oh,
like he was
man.
getting because he got hit.
He was
once.
so good. One, I was like amazed at how good he was.
Oh man.
But when he would do that, I was just like, please stop, man. Just fight, please. Bugs me.
Yeah, I got way off topic from what I wanted to jam you up on. I wanted to jam you up on your music career. Why are you not doing
My
that?
music career?
Yeah, why are you not trying to do that?
Ah, man.
Dude, you're such a good singer. It's crazy.
No, I appreciate that though.
You could, so your the Freedom song, which I know you didn't write it, but you sang it for the album.
Yeah.
And dude, that is such a good song.
That's cool.
For like the longest time, we just jammed to that in the car.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
That's my
that
homie.
was fun. Yeah, no, it was fun, man.
Why don't you guys do another album?
Well, so who knows? I don't know what those guys are up to.
I feel like you do, and you're just not saying anything.
I don't.
You're not supposed to.
I don't actually. I don't, man. Since I don't work at the church,
I jam people up when I have them on air. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can just say whatever, and you're
Yeah.
either gonna tell me or not gonna tell me.
If I could tell you, I would, man. I don't know anything, so I don't know if they're working on anything right now. I think they're always writing.
Yeah.
I think there's a handful of people that do, most of the writing.
Who wrote Freedom Song?
I think it might have been Rachel, I'm pretty sure. But I know back then with that album, like Dane was also a part of that. I know Rich, I think, does a lot with the writing. And, everybody that is playing the instruments, man, they're really good about kind of jumping in there and adding bits and pieces.
What about some secular stuff? Why don't you start doing some of that stuff?
Like what?
I don't know, like sing.
Like straight up rapping and
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but why don't you do some like why don't you throw some why don't you try to make an album?
Yeah.
Record, bro.
Because it takes time, man.
It does.
Yeah.
Start writing.
I used to write a lot more, and now I write like bits, like little pieces, and then I'd never finish a song. I'll come up with something, I'm like, oh, this is so awesome. And then I'll just have a bunch of like unfinished things. It's
Put
so
them
hard
together, bro, and make a song.
It's hard too, because I'm like I'm a perfectionist, I think, when it comes to writing stuff. So like, I don't know. It's just hard for me to finish something that way though.
Yeah.
So, but I do a lot of writing like on piano, even though I'll never be up there and like play piano.
Why?
Because I'm not very good at like actually just being up there and reading music and all that. Not very good. But if I'm just like in the house, just jamming.
You say that, but you jam when you're up on stage. So what's funny is you told me that little secret where you were like, dude, I would be so nervous that I would.
Secret.
You told me stuff like, yeah, I would have like, you would have like lyrics taped on the ground, right? Or
I do
whatever.
that. I do that all the time.
So now
it's a joke.
Anytime I see you up on stage, I'm always looking for it.
That's
Like,
if I play guitar, just because a lot of times, I mean, there's so much going on. Yeah. And it helps me, I think, with just a little bit of confidence too, to have that there, to where, if I need it, then I have it. I try to memorize stuff where I'm not, because the more you have it like memorized and you've just been practicing and everything, the more everything flows freely, which is a lot better. But yeah, I put it on my guitar, and I've had to use it a handful of times. No, but people will be like, "Oh, that's right, you do that."
That's so funny. Do you guys get jammed up by members of the church when you guys mess up lyrics?
No, actually, not really at all.
Yeah. I've always wondered. I'm like, because there's some. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna just throw it out there, dude. There's some old timers that are like,
dang,
dude. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not kidding. So I hear these stories because I am not on staff. Thank you, Jesus, that I am not on staff there. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
no,
wow.
no, I'm
Dang.
joking. No. I'm kidding.
My wife is.
Yeah. No, my wife is as well.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's like I hear stories about like, oh, Rachel had jeans with tears in them, and somebody said something to someone. And I'm like, dude, that's so crazy. Like, hold on, it's 2019. 2019, yeah. It's almost 2020, right?
Yeah, almost, man.
Come on, man. I'm like, dude, about to finish my sleeve. I'm like, I hope you guys don't want me to stop preaching to your kids.
Well, yeah.
Oh, did you get something new? That's new-ish.
No, it's not new.
What?
I have not. I don't have the money to get.
How long did you get that?
Before I moved here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That looks new.
It's not new. I just my sleeves are getting shorter, so
your arms are getting bigger because you're working out more. You're like, all right.
I'm trying to look like these guys you show, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's my. The only reason I would ever maybe work out is to look at that. But you know what?
I just like seeing what physically I can do. You know, and one, like, just feeling healthier overall is awesome. But like the Spartan, doing 20 obstacles, man, it's kind of cool just to run up to it and you're like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah. Why don't you start doing jiu-jitsu?
No, thank you.
Why? You
I would rather do like more competitions, man. Like if I had the money, I would probably do like CrossFit. I would probably get really into it, but
you could do you can compete in jiu-jitsu.
I don't want to. I would get rolled up, man. I would not do anything.
Yeah. So it's funny because I've had a few guys who've called me out because I'm not like the epitome of health when you look at me, and I'll
wrap them up.
Yeah, I just choke them out usually.
Yeah. See, I would be on the receiving end of getting choked out very quickly.
Oh, dude, you're humbled quick in that class. And for anyone, it doesn't even matter what level you are, what level you are. I actually had my jiu-jitsu professor on one of my episodes.
That's cool. Yeah, you were talking about...
that was early on, too, when I had, like, drapes. I had, like draperies on 2 different ladders. I got to get ESPN back on so we can watch the game.
Oh, man, Kansas City is winning. Now 10-6.
That is a very low-scoring game. Mahomes is not in? Oh,
I think he's in.
Oh, okay. I thought he was injured.
But
he's not playing very well.
I'm slowly getting closer to losing. I'm still
Dude, Eckler,
winning.
How many points has he gotten you?
4 points, but Eckler has 16 points and Gordon has 8.
Dude, so you play in a PPR league now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do not play in a PPR league. And
I'm going down, man.
And I have 10 points from Eckler.
I'm going down. I don't know.
Dude, Eckler just outplays Gordon almost every... They should have just traded Gordon before the trade deadline and just got as much as they could from him.
I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he did not sign that contract at the beginning of the season.
He should have signed it right when Eckler went off that first game.
But yeah.
He should have been like, oh.
True.
He should have been like, this is not the same scenario as Ezekiel Elliott.
I had Eckler for those first couple games, and I was like, this is fantastic.
All right, so let's look at my league. So I have one person that I needed to lose is losing. The other person I need to lose is in the middle of losing. The person that I need, I everything that I needed to happen this week just happened.
Lucky you, man.
Look at that.
I'm hanging on for...
Oh, me too. I'm still in 9th place until this week is over.
Oh, Gordon just leaped over it, dude.
Oh, did he? Dude, this is ridiculous. I told Ash.
I was going to say, you were saying something about the worship team, like forgetting lyrics. Like for the most part, everybody that I've ever... Oh, man, he totally hurdled that guy. That was pretty sick. He does that a lot now.
What were you saying now?
Oh, just watching him hurdle this dude. Like for the most part, like people have been super nice, man. I don't think anybody's ever given me a hard time, or at least people don't make me aware of it. And I'm not even really aware of kind of those situations that you had mentioned. I do think it's funny. Like when you mess up initially, when I started singing, whenever I messed up, I was like I would take it very hard
on yourself.
You know, you're just like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Now it's just like, okay, I'm humbled, whatever. I'm human. Like it's like
I do want to point out that I was joking about not praising Jesus, that I was not on
what
staff.
Oh yeah, no.
I do want to make that mention because obviously our ties are to that church in a really big way.
For sure, man.
So but I had Ryan.
You can
on.
just cut that part out.
No, I'm not gonna.
You have all the power.
No way. I love it.
Oh, okay.
I kind of love that. Like I say stupid stuff sometimes, and then it just makes it onto the show. Like I have Ryan Allen on, and we start talking about rapping. Don't hold back, dude. We talked about rappers.
Yeah. Every time I try to rap, my wife is like, "Stop that."
I try to beatbox all the time. Ashley's like, "You're so terrible."
I do that too. So yeah, being married is fun because you get to kind of annoy each other a little bit for fun, you know.
Ashley and I have so many interests that are dissimilar.
Oh, us too. We were talking about that recently. It's almost like every one of our major interests is the opposite
of each other. Yeah, because Ashley could care less about hunting, and I love hunting.
Like I love Disney. My wife is not a fan.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
My wife is a Diz nut.
I'm a Diz nut.
I am as well.
Well, you guys have something in common.
We have something in common. We have
not me, man.
Jesus and Disney.
If I could, I would go.
We're gonna go
multiple times in a year, but
we used to do. season passes every year. And this year was the first year we didn't do it. And literally Ashley and I are like, we're never doing this again. We're never not having it. We've always had annual passports every year.
Yeah, so I was looking at that.
It's not that expensive.
Well, if you're going to go, it's not bad.
Yeah. The issue is getting down there.
Which isn't horrible.
Yeah.
But when I grew up in Florida, we would go like every other week.
Yeah, you had Disney World. Disney World is a little bit too much for me.
It's pretty big. I like Disneyland and how compact everything is.
That's how I like it too.
But Disney World's cool, man. I like
They've definitely got more things.
Yeah. Well, and there's just like different stuff too. Like Epcot's cool. Going around all the different countries is neat.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
man, I'm a huge. I think that was to Eckler. That was a horrible throw.
It was a horrible throw.
He's not looking as good this year.
Yeah. Well, I've drafted him, and then he's sitting on the waiver wire right now because nobody wants him anymore.
I drafted my QB. I waited a little bit because I was like, why is everyone getting QBs so early? And then I think everyone freaked out and picked up somebody. And then I saw people were going out and picking up second QBs. And I was like, oh, crud. I need to pick up somebody here.
Yeah, I need to go grab one.
So I went and got Big Ben thinking I'm solid enough.
What?
Nope. And so then right after that, I think I went after Rivers. And then I've been on a QB journey, man.
Really?
This last game, though, or this week was my best.
Dude, I had
Josh Allen.
Oh, me too. That's who I started this week.
Sick.
He was a spot start because Matt Stafford's been injured.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row.
He's done now.
Done, dude. I know I'd put him.
Well, I think they said like 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's done. For fantasy season.
You know who
he's
I
done.
went out and got?
Who?
Which I don't even know why
I have Matt Ryan and Allen.
So I have Allen, and I just went out and I picked up Baker Mayfield.
He's been in our. He's someone already.
His
had him
games get super easy.
Yeah.
And so and you know what? I watched that Patriots game, and I was like, he didn't play as bad as I think people expected him to against a defense that's terrifying.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll see what he does.
Well,
I think he
a
plays Miami next. So
yeah.
So bring it on.
Yeah. No kidding. That's who you should. Well, there was a point in time in the season where the defense I would start is whoever was playing Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was, they play too many good teams. And it's halftime.
Well, they're going to try and kick a field goal here before half.
Are you watching the field goal already? Are
I'm
you
watching them kick it right now.
Oh my gosh.
You're behind.
Yeah. By like a lot.
Yeah, why is that so slow?
I don't know.
Yeah, so I like Disney, I like space. I like what else? We joke about it. Those are probably the two big ones. I feel like I'm missing a couple of huge things. I don't know. Very different, but it works, man. I think there's a lot of people when the wife and the husband are wired very differently. It's rare to find people that are like on the same page about everything.
Yeah. Well, I would not like it if my wife and I were on the same page on everything. It would be super, like I enjoy my time away from her as much as I do, like not as much, but you know what I'm trying to say?
No, I don't.
Okay,
This is super rude.
I'll explain it. No, right? No,
I enjoy my time away from her.
No. I enjoy.
Period. End of sentence. That's super rude. I hope she never listens to this
You know what we should do? She
ever.
listens to every episode.
Oh, she's going to be so mad.
I enjoy time away from her. In terms of like when I go shooting, I do not want her shooting with me. That's what I mean. We do pretty much everything together. We're pretty big movie buffs. Like, okay, put it this way. We have 2 memberships to 2 different theater companies for their like movie passes.
Wow.
Because we have Regals, which is unlimited movies. By the way, I'm expecting my sponsorship check. No, so you have unlimited movies for $10 a month, right? So we did that one, but we prefer Blue Oaks Theater, the actual theater itself. So that's Cinemark.
That was nice.
So we own both. We have passes to both of them. Cinemark only gives you 1 free movie for the month, and then the rest of them you get them at a discounted rate. So instead, we'll use the one free movie for a movie that we're gonna go see with our kids, and we do that, and then with our Regal one, we just go watch a movie randomly. Like we went on Friday before we went to this we went to a cabin in Tahoe for my birthday. It was my birthday.
Oh yeah,
weekend.
I remember you told me.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do our podcast on Friday, and so that morning, a part of the birthday thing was we went and saw 2 movies. Now, what we saw was, what movies did we see? I don't even remember. Charlie's Angels and Last Christmas, I think, or whatever. But it's like I can go watch a movie that I like walk out of going, oh my goodness, what did I just watch? Like, what did I just subject myself to? Because it doesn't matter. Like, it's like, I'm gonna go watch every movie that's out, right?
Dude, I never watch. We'd never go to movies.
I love the movies. The movies is my jam.
I think so we went to 2. Like the last 2 we went to were Toy Story, and then we went to Lion King right after.
I haven't seen the newest Toy Story, Toy Story 4 or whatever.
It was good. I liked it.
Everybody was telling me. Ashley was saying that the kids loved it.
I thought it was good.
I just haven't seen it.
Well, you're not a movie buff then, man.
But I'm like, I watch like every other movie, I guess.
That was one of the others.
Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, we're gonna
go
watch Midway.
You saw? Oh yeah, that looks good.
We're gonna watch Midway. That's our next one. So we're gonna watch Midway and Ferrari versus Ford.
Oh, that's the one I want to see,
dude. That's gonna be so dope.
That one looks sick.
So when true story movies come out, I don't care about spoilers. It doesn't matter to me. I could watch a spoiler and enjoy the movie in its entirety. And I have this weird thing where when it's a true story, I have to look up the real story. I have to do all this research on the real story to know what happened. So when I saw the first trailer for Ferrari versus Ford, I was like, I need to look up this race that they're talking about. And I'm not going to give away anything. I mean, I don't know how true the movie's going to be to what actually happened, but something that's probably not in the movie, I would imagine. But the race that they're culminating in this movie, the race that they're talking about, like 6 months after that race happens, the main character of that movie, he dies in real life.
Dang.
So I don't.
I'm not going to see
the only
movie.
thing that I spoiled for you is that he doesn't die in the movie. Probably, unless they do a 6 month later thing, because they're talking about the first time Ford went up against Ferrari, and so
that was like, did you see the movie about Neil Armstrong with Ryan? What's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
It was,
but the whole thing at the end with the moon, I was like, that did not happen.
Duh.
So I was like Googling it, and I'm like, yeah, for sure.
Sure didn't happen. You know the reason why Buzz wasn't the first one out?
No.
Because where they were positioned. Because Buzz Aldrin should have been the first one to step on the moon. It shouldn't have been Neil Armstrong. 100%.
No way.
Google it. Neil Armstrong wasn't the commander. He wasn't supposed to be the first one to step out onto the moon. But where they were positioned in the pod, Buzz Aldrin could not get over him. I'm promising you.
No, sir.
Look up. Was Buzz Aldrin supposed to be? You know what? This is halftime. We're gonna look it up on here. Google's our friend. Was Buzz Aldrin supposed to?
That seems like a very random thing, considering they thought out all the details to get humans from here to the moon, but they were like, "Oh, crud, Buzz, we sat you in the wrong seat.
Look at
I'm
this.
so sorry."
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Buzz Aldrin explains why Neil Armstrong was chosen to walk on the moon first. Hold on. Let's look this up.
Super interesting for everybody listening. You're going to
look
cut
at
all this out.
Oh, no,
right?
no, I love it. Most people assume that NASA always planned for Armstrong to be the first person to step out onto the moon because of his seniority. Armstrong was commander of the Apollo. Oh, I'm sorry. And Aldrin was the lunar module pilot. Michael Collins stayed behind in the lunar command orbit. Blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut some of this out because I don't know everything that is being said. Typically, the junior person, Aldrin in this case, would step outside of the... Yeah, see? Armstrong would be left. So how messed up is that? So they would leave. The reason why Buzz would have gotten... Sorry. The reason why Buzz would normally have stepped out first is to make sure the commander is safe.
Huh.
Yeah. So
I would rather make sure the person who can fly the module is safe.
Right. Well, I think the idea is that if you're the senior commander, that you would better assess an emergency
Get out there
situation.
and tell me. Yeah.
Well, I think I don't know. In all previous missions, if a crew member was to spacewalk, it was always the junior person, not the space commander, who would stay inside. At least one team, blah, blah, blah. So Armstrong climbed down the ladder onto the moon's surface shortly following the now famous one-step line. The decision was made absolutely correct as far as who stepped out first symbolically.
So I never knew anything.
Right here, see? For Aldrin to get out first, it would have been necessary for one bulky suit backpacked astronaut to climb over one another. So Buzz was supposed to step out first, but he couldn't climb over Neil because of the astronaut suit.
No way.
Yeah.
I bet the plan was maybe first, but I bet before they even took off,
No, they made the decision that
they're
he
like,
was
yeah, you're not going to be.
But I think that he needed to be sitting in he needed to be sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
In order for him to pilot the module or whatever. What do we know? I mean, I'm a moron when it comes to how to fly a plane or a space shuttle. But I would assume that what they're saying is because of where he's seated flying it, he would normally he would have had to have climbed over after flying the module.
Yeah.
He would have had to climb over Neil. So it just made more sense for Neil to climb out based on how they built the pod or whatever.
I've seen Buzz Aldrin.
I've never met him, but I've seen him.
I went to a thing where he was speaking.
Oh, that's so cool. Did you get to watch him speak or did you?
We watched him speak, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of weird when you sit there and you're like, that person has been to our moon.
You think that Buzz Aldrin? Do you think Buzz Aldrin could convince flat earthers that they're stupid?
Probably.
I don't know that they would believe him. You were paid off by NASA, Buzz.
I don't know if they would believe anybody.
Anyone? You know their biggest or their best stance or whatever they want to call it is their biggest evidence is our lack of evidence, quote unquote. Right?
That's
because they have no evidence themselves.
cool.
They just want to discredit our evidence.
Yeah.
Not.
All right.
I mean, I've never seen anything. Yeah. Except for fisheye lenses and stuff. I find it kind of amusing to listen to that.
I've never really heard that argument.
Really?
Because I don't give it.
I've heard
much.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I love it because I have my convictions and they are my convictions, but I find it oddly satisfying to listen to something so much dumber than myself. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, that's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so stupid to think that.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense when, and I know it might not be popular, but what I'm about to say, the opinion, but it's like when a wealthy person who can like jump into a jet and fly into the air still thinks that the earth is flat. Like Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a professional basketball player who's been on jets. Like how, what? It doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even get it.
I don't know, man.
Oh, guess who's here? Wifey. You should pop in. They're going to try and sneak in. Or they snuck in already and we didn't even know it. One or the other.
Do these headphones, are they that good?
They're pretty good.
Oh.
Like when you take them off for the first time, you're going to be like, it's going to feel weird.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I like if I could go back to any time, I would love to be like around the table or around the TV, like as Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong, like get on the moon. Every time I watch those, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was there.
Yeah. You know, Caden wants to be an astronaut.
That's cool.
My son.
It's awesome.
I didn't know if you knew my son's name or not. I realized.
That was the first thing I wanted to be.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I never even sort of made any strides to try to do it.
Neither did I.
I actually thought I was going to be a doctor. And then I realized there's nothing that could, like, I would not want to do that job.
I wanted to be an astronaut, and then I wanted to be a Disney cartoonist.
Can you draw? Are you a pretty good artist?
I can draw cartoons.
Yeah.
I cannot draw anything but cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I drew The Lion King when I was really young, and I think it was like they put my picture in the newspaper and I think I won $20.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you got paid for drawing.
Yeah.
That's better than some starving artists.
Yeah, man.
Some guys can't sell.
I probably got that Lego set I was really wanting.
Man, so you wanted to be a Disney artist
Yeah,
after,
man.
After that.
/ astronaut.
What got you into singing?
I don't know, man. I was at a retreat and I was just singing, and this girl next to me is like, "You can sing." And I was in middle school or high school. And I remember this is like the first retreat I've ever been to. And she's like, "You can sing." And I was like, "Really?" And so then I just started singing, and then I joined choir and just started singing in choir, and I loved it. And so then I started singing in church, kept singing in choir, sang in college even. I went to CCU, Colorado Christian University, and actually went for like, music performance for like a semester.
Yeah.
But then I took theory and all this stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, sucking all the joy I have in music. It's sucking it all away.
That's why I never learned how to read. I never got into that. I'm all self-taught, everything.
You never learned how to read?
I never learned how to read music.
Sorry. Oh, there you go. I was like, wow.
I don't finish sentences.
I never learned how to read. I'm self-taught.
Yeah, self-taught reader.
Congratulations. Yeah, man.
I never learned how to read music. I started learning how to read drum notes, and I went, this is so not what I want to do. I would rather just make a noise and know if it sounds right or not.
It's kind of how I am with piano. I cannot read music. Acoustic, I can get by just strumming chords.
Yeah.
The only instrument I've ever been able to read music on, and I could never do it anymore, was in elementary school and junior high. I played saxophone. How'd you know that? Did I tell you that?
I knew you were going to say that.
I look like a saxophone player,
You look like a sax player, dude.
That's
you
weird.
Look like a sax player.
That's weird. I'm just going to walk up to people. You look like a trombonist. What the heck does that mean?
Troy Hinkle, he attends our church. He's been a part of our children's ministry for a long time. He plays the trombone, I think.
Nice.
He definitely plays a bunch of horned instruments.
Huh. So if you could play any instrument, what would you play?
If I could play any instrument,
drums.
And I'd be a master at the
instrument.
Piano.
Mouth harp. Oh, piano.
Piano.
I
can play some piano.
Yeah.
I could play enough piano to get by with some things. Like if someone said, "Hey, I'm gonna play," what I don't even know. I can fiddle around and
figure it out
and figure out where they want to be.
You have like an ear for it, yeah.
With guitar, I can play along with most things.
That's good.
It might not even be the right song, but I can make it sound close enough to what they're playing through whatever.
That's like me at the wall, man.
You're like, I don't know. This sounds like a G. Let's go.
What are we playing now?
Power chord away.
Yeah, man.
And actually, I use a lot of cheat chords that I didn't even know were cheat chords. Like my G chord, I use both of these fingers for the bottom for when I have to use it for a different. I know I'm anticipating what has to happen because I'm not great musically, right? I can just barely get by with certain things. Or when I'm picking, there's certain things that I'm picking, and it's like I silence both those. I don't keep the. I don't know.
All right.
It sounds okay, I guess. Nobody's ever told me it sounds bad.
I haven't heard it, man. I might be the first, or I might not say anything.
Yeah, I know you're gonna be like, dude, that's really bad.
Nah. I'd be like, dude, you're better than me.
No way. Not a chance.
No.
I can't play the electric guitar if it's to save my life.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a different thing.
I just haven't played around on electric a lot.
It
is very different though.
I'll try to play the stuff that I play on acoustic. I'll try to play on the electric, and
it's different.
It's so different that it sounds so bad. I'm embarrassed to play it. I'm embarrassed to fiddle around with it. We got Carly an electric guitar, and I'll mess around on it with the kids because it's like my kids aren't going to tell. My kids think that I'm the best at everything that's ever happened to anything. They're like, oh, we're going to play football. Oh, dad has to be all-time QB because he's too good. And I'm like, okay, sure. Like they think I'm a superhero, so, which is awesome to me.
And you're like, which is true, man.
So true, son. So
Yeah.
true. Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, man. Get out of the way.
Get out of the way, dude. Come on, I could play for Kansas City. Ask my kid.
Yeah. He'll tell you.
He'll tell you.
He knows.
So, and I could play songs that they recognize. So to them, I'm like this excellent musician. And I'm like, dude, I can like barely get by with
That's like me singing.
No way, dude.
Yeah, man. Same
You sing
thing.
so well.
No.
Rachel sings incredible. You guys sing different types of music though.
Oh, all of us do. We're all very different.
Yeah. I've always gone like, I know it's really funny, but I always equate your guys' singing up there to like what genre you would sing if you sang in the secular world. And Rachel,
I'd be R&B, right? For sure.
no, you're like super poppy, dude.
Oh,
You've got a
shoot.
poppy voice. You've got like a marketable poppy voice.
JT, man.
I'm saying, bro.
Oh.
I seriously want you to put out an album. I know you think I'm messing around, but I'm not. I listen to your music. I listen to it, and it's like it's not weird when you're sitting in front of me. I don't put you on this pedestal.
That's
I sit
good.
here and talk about Monday
I
Night
should
Football
not
with
be
you.
on one.
I know, but people do that.
No.
People treat you guys differently at church, 100%.
No way.
People that know you guys don't. The people who attend the church do.
Nope.
What?
No
Yeah,
way.
they do.
No.
They do. When you
No.
guys come off stage, they like rush you guys, bro.
It's stupid. It's so dumb.
They do.
It's not true.
I go in the hallway, I can't even talk to you guys. I like want to go say what's up, and it's
Whatever.
Like, everyone's crowded around. you
Okay,
guys.
true story though. I'm usually just standing in the hallway by myself. FYI. So you're not looking hard enough. I'm usually like, oh my gosh, will someone come talk to me?
Rachel has
Any-
an R&B voice, by the way.
Anybody? Oh yeah.
She's like a soul singer.
Oh man.
She's got a soulful voice. And then Steven is he's like an acoustic. He's got the Jason Mraz voice.
Oh yeah.
He's got a singer-songwriter voice is what I mean. I'm not saying Jason Mraz in particular.
And then Rudy's got that.
Rudy's got
He's got that classical
dude. No.
suave.
Dude, he totally does. You know what's crazy is I did not know he sang. He was at my very first men's table ever, and I had no idea who he was. I didn't know he was Dr. Rudy.
Yeah. I didn't realize.
Who's like but I mean he's so involved and so plugged in and been so plugged in for a gazillion years or whatever. I had no idea who he was when he's sitting at my table, and
He's
just
one of the
sitting
few
there.
that was there because like now I've been there almost like so. Rachel has been there I think the longest, and
Rachel's been
Rudy's
coming since
probably
she was a kid, right?
yeah. Well, I don't know. Rudy's probably up there though, and then
Rudy's been there for a while.
because Rudy was up there when I came, and
How
I
long
think
have you been attending?
4
4
I
years?
don't even
5
know.
years?
No, way longer than that.
Longer than that? 7
Yeah,
years?
probably.
Yeah.
And
I
so
think we were only there for a short time before you guys, I think.
yeah, and then so then I've been there. I think after that almost the longest. So it's weird.
That
It makes you feel old. I'm like, oh man.
Do you remember guitar? Do you remember? I don't remember his name. See, I just started there.
Yeah.
So you remember when Sean Asplin used to play guitar on main stage, and there was another the other guitarist who's now Mike is your guys' lead guitarist now. Who was the lead
Mario.
guitarist before? Mario. Is that
Yeah.
who it was?
Yeah, Mario's
Is Mario the
my
dude with the
boy,
long hair?
man. No, that's not
No.
Mario. Who had long hair?
So Ashley and I used to joke.
Adam?
Maybe he played with Sean at the same time. Him and Sean would play on the stage all the time together, and we used to joke. We were like, "That's Guitar Jesus." He had like long hair and a beard.
Oh no, he played bass.
No, he played
He was-
guitar.
You're not thinking of
He may have played bass as well, but
he
for
had
sure
the
played
power
guitar.
stance, right?
Dude, he had ultimate power stance.
Yeah, he played he might have played guitar.
So we saw him at a junior high event, and he was playing guitar for sure.
He played for Cutlass for a while.
Did he really? That's
Yeah.
dope. So he had ultimate power stance. So he was power stancing on top of a speaker, right? And behind him, the light was shining above him and his Jesus beard and hair, right? I'm not kidding. It was a white light too. It wasn't like a colored light. And Ashley and I are sitting there. We can't even. So the teenagers are worshiping. It's like a junior high thing. And I lean over to Ashley and I go, dude, dude. She's like, what? I'm like, it's Guitar Jesus. And then we couldn't get into worship.
It's hard.
The whole time we're like, dude, it's Guitar Jesus.
He was good, man.
Dude, he was so good. He
He's
played
cool.
for Cutlass. Man, we've had a lot of good
I didn't know him
musicians
that
came
well
through.
because I didn't really get involved until after I think he moved on.
Yeah. So when we
And-
came in, he had been here for a little while when we got here.
Yeah, he had just
We
left.
got here
Jordan
in the
had
Danny Goki days.
Jordan
bro.
had left.
Were you here during the Danny Goki days?
I wasn't. I was here, but I think I wasn't part of the worship team yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were here during the Danny Goki days. And then he would like come in and do Celebrate America with us.
Yeah, I remember all those.
Yeah.
Did he only do it 1 year or 2 years?
He did 2 years. He did one
Yeah.
year. He did it 1 year when he was the worship leader.
Have you been to all the Celebrate Americas?
I have been to all but one.
Were you at the one where I totally just forgot my lyrics?
So if I was, here's the beauty for you. I've always worked Kid Zone, and I've almost always not gotten to see the main
Beauty
show.
for me.
Beauty for you. I can't
Dude,
even.
I was singing.
I told you I say stupid things, and I'm not gonna cut any of it. I love it all.
I can't remember what I was singing, but I definitely started like beep like zippity bop bop doop 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 boop boop like random things because I couldn't remember what I was singing. I was like, oh man, I remember walking off stage and being so like terrified.
Yeah,
And Rachel was like,
dude, the show's so good though. Nobody cares.
oh yeah. Now I look back and I'm like, eh. But I was asked to do it like last minute too.
You sing it every year, right?
I've done all the last few. Last
Yeah.
year I just sang in the choir, which is fun. Just
Yeah, because then you're
hang out with,
harmonizing and stuff.
just singing right next to Rudy. And
Well, it was weird. This was the first year that they got rid of the flag in the back. But why did they do that?
so they got rid of, I mean, I think just to upgrade it a little
It's
bit.
been there for so long. It's like tradition.
But now we had the screens that were all flags.
Yeah,
That was kind of cool.
okay. The screens looked cool, but I'm sorry, man. There's something about you guys being in the choir being in that flag.
It's
There's something about that.
I think there's got to be like a,
I'm not gonna say
people
that
are
to
afraid
Ken.
of heights, man.
I'm not gonna say that to Kent. So
I like the screens more.
you do. I think I'm probably the minority.
I like this.
on that.
I mean, I understand. It's kind of like a nostalgia type thing.
It
Now
is.
it's like that's just part of it. And I think initially everyone was like, "You're getting rid of the flag? What?"
Well, I think that it's become its own thing, and at first it was a little bit of a USO show, right?
A what?
USO,
What's that?
like when celebrities go to like perform for soldiers, and they,
Oh,
it's like
is that what you call that?
I think it's called the USO show.
I live under a rock, so
I could be now. You got me thinking I'm wrong.
you're probably right.
I can't believe that Kansas City's not been the same since Mahomes got injured.
Watch this play. Kansas, Mahomes runs so weird.
Well, he has always been really good.
The way he runs, though, look at this run.
Yeah, he doesn't run like Lamar Jackson.
No, he
Dude,
runs.
I was not a believer in Lamar Jackson until this year, and now I feel like foot in mouth.
I think I thought that the Ravens were going to struggle after losing Flacco. I was like, nope, they're going to have a bad year this year.
What's crazy, because you're a Broncos fan, is when Flacco went to Denver, in my head that was their answer.
Oh, me too. I was like, you know what? He's
Good
going
run
to be better
game.
than what we've had.
Yeah, good defense, good run game, decent line. Flacco is
He's-
a Super Bowl
He
winning
can
quarterback.
fling that ball down the field.
Yeah.
They needed more people that like have fire, man. Because it feels like so.
What are they missing?
They need
Tell the front office right now.
They need somebody. They need, well, one, I want to see what Locke can do. I need to see what Locke can do before the end of the season, because it's like you're probably going to get a decent draft pick in an upcoming draft where you're going to have some good QB options. So you need to know if Locke is your answer or not. And I feel like I love Elway, but I'd love to see how they get like Peyton Manning involved.
Dude, I bet you Peyton, well, he's got so many things going on right now.
Yeah, he's got to be loving the
Dude, he's got to be loving
ESPN stuff.
Yeah,
and
he does the
show.
That show, the Peyton whatever, where he breaks down
Unscripted randomness with
Peyton
Manning,
Peyton
right?
Manning. It
Yeah.
kind of is.
Yeah.
Peyton, I want my check, man. I want my
Yeah.
royalty checks.
Nope.
I've done an Izzy plug. I've done Regal Cinemas and Cinemark Cinemas. I want my free movies. Give me my free Cinemark. I want my free Cinemark.
Not happening.
No way. There's no chance.
Good luck.
If I was big like Rogan or something, they'd be like,
Maybe.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want
They'd
some
be
free
calling
stuff.
you.
No kidding.
Say
Well,
this.
So we were at Costco the other day, and I've been wanting this Traeger grill, right? I want the legit one with the thermometer that you poke into it and it like beeps on your phone or whatever. So it'll like tell you when it's the internal temperature is where it needs to be at or whatever. And this guy was giving me the sales pitch, and the entire time I was thinking, like, if I plug Traeger on my podcast, I wonder if they give me a free Traeger.
Maybe. Just keep plugging things until you get stuff.
Until I get something.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. So I have I actually have a silent benefactor. I guess that's the best word for it. He like, these are, I mean, you sing, so you understand like really good microphones. Like these Shure SM7Bs are like,
Just because I sing doesn't mean I know.
dude, you know, these, you gotta know mics. Sure, SM7Bs, they're like $600 mics, dude. And
Nice.
This benefactor hooked it up, sir.
Nice. What's his name?
I can't say. I actually cannot say. And not to throw more curiosity to kill the cat. I'll tell you off. No, I'm not even supposed to do it on off air. See, I can't stop saying stuff.
It makes me want to test this.
I don't know. Maybe I'll tell you off air.
No. Just playing.
Well, he specifically asked me not to.
That's cool though. No, your setup's nice, man.
Yeah.
When you opened the thing and I was looking inside, I was like, oh, this is pretty slick.
Yeah, it's like a real studio.
Yeah, you got like 4 mics, man. 5. Wait,
Four mics.
4. Yeah.
4 mics. Normally, the guy who sits here is my audio engineer, and he just jumps in. All the me looking stuff up, normally he would be doing that. So when
that's
we're
cool.
talking about Buzz Aldrin, he would have looked it up. We would have kept talking, and he would have been here. But Pablo is not here today, and I was giving him the business earlier about not being here.
What does you giving someone the business look like?
So
Hey, bro, you really should have been here, man.
That's
cool. We'll talk later.
You want to know what's really funny is people don't know the business side of me because I run a store. Me and 3 other guys, right? We there's no promotion for us.
Yeah.
To be promoted, we need to be the owner.
Mm-hmm. What kind of store?
It's a Toyota dealership.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, when you go to buy a car and then you sit down at the desk and the salesman no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a guy who keeps walking back and forth into the Wizard of Oz and coming back out. And like, I got to go talk to my manager, but he's supposed to be the manager when he comes out, and he's like, hey, I'm so-and-so's manager. This guy no longer exists. And I'm going to talk to you about negotiating a car deal. And then you're like, okay, well, manager, I wanted this price. And then that manager has to go ask another manager, which
you're all those
redundant.
people.
I'm the person behind the curtain who...
The Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
You're Oz.
I'm Oz.
Nice.
I'm one of 4 Oz's.
Oh.
So
all that to say that you know how to give people the business.
I know how to give people the business. Actually,
so you gave Pablo the business?
I gave Pablo the business.
I'm sorry, Pablo.
He's my employee.
I don't even know you, buddy.
He's my employee.
Yeah, man. I just feel for him.
So there's a running joke. So he works for me, like at work at Maida Toyota in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
He actually is one of my employees, and there's a running joke that he's my son. The joke has made it as far as he calls Ashley his mom.
That's weird.
It gets weirder. It gets weirder. He calls my kids his siblings,
Brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
That's weird.
We're actually really close. It's not like
it doesn't sound like it at all.
And his name's actually Thomas. The way we got to Pablo is actually Todd Bethke. I don't know if you're familiar with Todd Bethke. So Todd and I have done 2 podcasts together. We did the kickoff was he and I, and Pablo was here, and we were like, well, we need a nickname for you, like whatever it's going to be. And it was like really long walk for a short, small drink of water. It was like, okay, so you're producer Thomas, right? Producer Thomas, and the acronym would be PT, right? And I was like, PT, PD Pablo to Pablo. And he goes, don't call me Pablo. I'm like, and that's your nickname. And so it became Pablo from there. And then it just grew on him. And now he's
very random.
It is random. And he's my producer. And he doesn't actually get paid to do it.
So you can't give him the business?
I give him the business anyway. He knows I'm messing with him. He knows I'm actually messing with him.
I just be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah, I'll just see you whenever. No, he's one of my best friends though. So
that's cool.
I do give him the business though.
Too bad Pablo couldn't be here. Maybe the next time when Oleg's here.
Dude, we need to get that. And
then Rudy could talk about how flying his planes goes.
Is he a pilot too?
Yeah, he has a plane. He owns a plane.
That guy is a pilot who owns a plane. He's a doctor.
Yep.
Worship leader.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to pray for him to find a wife.
Hey, man.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Hey, man.
No. He's like one of the most fascinating individuals I've ever met.
Yeah,
and he's
I guess.
so humble.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's like the most humble.
I love Rudy.
Dude, he's so awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, we're talking to him. We're sitting at the men's. I see how unscripted and random this was. I totally forgot. Circle back to the first men's table I'm ever at. Rudy's sitting there, and we're talking, and then and we're all trying to get to know each other. And we're like, so what do you do? And he goes, oh, I'm a doctor. Like, oh, okay,
sweet,
yeah, sure. And then he's in plastics or whatever. So he goes, he's like, we're talking and stuff like that, and then I have no idea he sings, and he's like, yeah, pray for me. I'm like, pray for what? He was like, well, I'm gonna be singing. I'll be doing this song and this song on Sunday. I'm like, oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So you do all that, and now he's a pilot too.
Yeah. He took me for a flight. He's good,
dude. So
he does a lot. It's cool, man. I was trying to figure out. I was like, man, how can I? I would love to go sailing. How can I talk Rudy into getting a sailboat?
Dude, he is the Dos Equis guy, except he doesn't drink alcohol. He's the Dos Equis guy.
But his plane is nice too, man. He's got a nice
owns
setup.
Plane.
Yeah.
Who just owns a plane?
Rudy does.
Where does he keep it?
He has there's a hangar in Lincoln.
Yeah.
Up here. I guess we're in Lincoln.
It is. Huh? Yeah. No, that's where we do the backpack giveaway. Or
it's right there in that airport. Yeah.
So he has his plane at that airport.
Yeah. He took me. We flew to the coast and back.
What do you think it would take for him to take me on a flight? I'm like, hey, Rudy.
Just asking him.
I need Rudy on this podcast too. Then
let's
get Dr. Rudy and Oleg here.
Yeah,
and us four with Pablo on keys over here. He can just look stuff up for us. I bet you everything we would have talked about, Dr. Rudy would have been like, yeah, I already knew that.
Probably. He's a genius.
He's a genius.
No. I don't know if I'd go that far. Rudy.
I don't know him that well.
I just got to keep you humble, man.
I don't know him that well, but he seems like everything that I would want to do.
Nah, Rudy's solid. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's an excellent singer, flies planes, healing hands.
Healing hands.
Healing hands. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy that many things would be compact into one person.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I could sell cars.
Yeah, man. I can do some stuff in Excel.
I'm pretty decent at Excel.
Dude, it's funny because when I was in high school, I was like, I will never sit at a desk and do anything there.
That's what I said too.
That's what I'm doing.
I know that's what I do too.
It's funny.
Don't even get up from a chair.
Yeah. It's funny because like I enjoy solving problems though. And when I was in high school, I was like, this is not what I want to do. And now I'm like, I really do like doing this. Yeah. It's a season, man. I love what I'm doing. We'll see. I'm always open though.
Yeah. So have you seen any of our Squirrely Joe stuff?
Mm-mm.
So it's our
the kid.
Yeah.
I think so.
So
is the puppet?
He's like a $18,000 puppet that Sean they kickstarted for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they kickstarted to get it. So Steve Axtell is this amazing puppeteer. He did some stuff for the Muppets, for Jim Henson and stuff like that. He did stuff for what's that comedian who uses puppets? Jeff something.
Oh, is it Dunham? No,
Jeff Dunham. It's something like that. See, I don't listen to it because
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
though.
yeah. So Durham, maybe Jeff Durham. I don't know. It might not even be Jeff.
He had
It could be John or
the
Jim.
thing on a steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he makes puppets for him and stuff
Jalapeno
like
on a
that.
steak.
Yeah, that's him. So Steve Axtell is a puppeteer, and he's made all these things. So him and Kadabra, which is like a kids performer company, like magicians and stuff like that, and kid performers, they started this conference thing down in L.A., and that's how Sean met him. And Ashley and I went to one of the last year's conference with him. And we drove down there all together, and it was pretty cool, like to see the puppets being made at the workshop and everything that they're doing and doing all that stuff. And then got to see some of the puppets that we use. But we have we have some like episodes in the can that are being ready to be released, and then we have some that are on YouTube now. That's pretty cool. And
That's cool, man.
I act in some of them.
Do you?
Yeah, I play an astronaut.
It's so sick.
I know, I'm in space, bro. We actually took
all
a
your
drone,
dreams have come true.
right? We took a drone up like 500 feet or something like that. Let me see if I can pull up the video. It's 6
Now I
minutes,
wanna
so
see
we're not gonna. You can watch the whole thing at home.
I just want to see you in an astronaut costume.
Oh, it is a blow up astronaut costume, so it's pretty.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
It's pretty hilarious. So
I think I know what costume you're talking about.
yeah. So this is the thing. Where you at? Uh-oh. Am I on the wrong one? Nope, I'm not. The list.
So my fantasy teams definitely looks like they are going to lose, which will put me in dead last. And I think that I just need to move on from this season.
I think there's better. Here, I'm gonna share this with you right now. I don't know if it'll let me do it. I'll share it with you later. So anyhow, I will.
You know what's funny is I got the highest draft rating. When we finished the draft,
I got a D-.
I got an A. And the dude who got last is in second place. I'm like, wow, that shows how good those ratings are.
So
look at that guy.
Yeah, that's me in a astronaut costume. You got to watch the whole episode, but there's some pretty cool effects for a children's ministry.
That's pretty good.
So this is going to be the blast off right here. And for those of you who are listening, if you go to Squirrely Joe's Box episode 6, you can watch what we're watching.
Is that you?
That's me, yeah. I'm just up against a green screen and then doing some face acting and stuff like that. I do a little more than that too, but we also did this video, Standing Too Close to Strangers or whatever. But yeah, we took a legit drone up.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, we took it out there, and then the next scene is going to be me in space.
Wow. Transitioned real quick.
Right? No kidding.
That's cool, man.
It was a pretty easy flight up into space.
Yeah.
And then
in a cardboard spaceship.
And then I'm just drifting off in space.
When did you do that?
Look at those face acting skills, bro. We actually have a green screen in our green room, and that's what we do our green screen work on.
Yeah, but when was this filmed?
I don't know.
Like this year?
Yeah, it was this year.
Oh wow.
November 25th, 2018 is when we put it up, and we probably filmed it a week before that. So like almost exactly a year ago, this episode got filmed. Yeah. So
nice, man.
But we did it's like the message was like on Philippians 4:13 and like Luke chapter 2, like every hair on our head, God's plan and stuff like that. So, and yeah, we have a bunch of them like that. Actually, I don't think that Jonah's even seen it.
Probably not.
He didn't come up until May, huh? I don't think we've shown the episode since then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have you seen our room? Do you know what it looks like?
This is the room with all the benches.
Yeah,
it's like a theater.
Have you seen what it looks like now?
No.
Yeah, because you guys don't get to. I forget that.
I think I heard that there's a lot of stuff done,
dude. It's pretty legit. Because of fire reasons, we couldn't use the cardboard anymore. Like we used cardboard boxes as our decoration because it's supposed to be a cardboard treehouse. They didn't let us do that because it was like fire hazard. I guess it makes sense. So we put up we just painted the walls to look like cardboard boxes, and it looks pretty legit. And then we put up some styrofoam bricks and stuff like that.
Neat.
It looks pretty good.
That's cool. I'll have to see it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. We'll get rid of that because Ikaika's acting is not. Oh, the other thing.
I don't know. That astronaut.
Dude.
Your astronaut was very believable.
So one of my characters that I play every Sunday is the ringmaster. That's his like nickname. He's the ringmaster. And he comes out on stage and so right after our worship, the ringmaster comes out on stage and I do some interaction with the puppets. So he's kind of like the human element in between the puppets and the kids, and then there's me who's interacting with the puppet. So like we did one on friendship, and one of our characters popped out of the box with a ball, and we had to use friendship and teamwork to throw the ball back and forth. And we throw some humor in there, like first throw, the puppet doesn't move and it just zings past them, like stuff like that, right? And so he does the opening, and then he prays with the kids. And then he leaves, and then we get into our skit. And so I'm usually doing like crazy costume changes or whatever. Mm-hmm. While my P.T. Barnum costume that I wear to play the ringmaster is very close to the one that our resident little drummer boy plays. Riley.
Oh,
so
little drummer boy.
So Brian calls him little drummer boy because he plays the drums, and he's shorter than Brian, obviously. 'Cause Brian's like 6'2". But he plays P.T. Barnum. He played P.T. Barnum in our last Celebrate America.
Yeah.
So he and I have a rivalry that he doesn't know about. No. Like, I mean, in the ministry, like I talk about his P.T. Barnum not being as good as mine.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah.
This is all underneath the surface.
This is all underneath the surface. Your kids know about the rivalry between Riley's P.T.
But Riley doesn't even know.
Riley has no idea.
Oh man, his was pretty good.
His was excellent.
Yeah.
And mine is always talking about God and talking to puppets.
Well, that's pretty good too. Yeah. But you don't
Does
have
he
the
sing?
fireworks and everything behind you.
No fireworks, but that's not true because we actually
Confetti?
did do some. No, ours was like, oh dude,
what do you guys do up there, man?
Dude,
we had pyrotechnics.
When I tell you,
the kids loved it.
When I tell you that I had a hat that got set on fire,
wow,
legit.
Now I know why they wouldn't let you put cardboard boxes up all over the room.
So just so you know, my hat was supposed to be set on fire. Just to make that clear, I don't know that helps.
Does it? Nope.
So my hat's been set on fire multiple times. I had a puppet that was set on fire. I've walked in glass. I've done that as well.
What are you teaching our kids, man?
I have set Sean on fire.
Wow.
His person, not his.
Now that explains why when I woke up, Jonah was carrying a lighter and he was trying to light things on fire. I was, what is happening, bud?
So
they told us to do this. What?
So the walking on glass was a lesson for, actually it was a single mothers event that we did it at. And we said, so they asked us of all people, because a lot of the mothers have kids in our age group. They asked Sean and I to come out and speak on single mothers because he's the pastor of the children's ministries, and I've been a part of the children's ministries for like 8 years or whatever. And so they asked me to do something, and I said, okay, sure, why not? So we go, what are we going to do? Like, single mothers, we can't relate to a single mother. We can't relate to a mother. We have no idea. So he said, you know what would be really funny is if I was walking in glass with like a mask on so I couldn't see the glass while he juggled balls that were on fire.
Who thinks of this?
So, oh, dude, our writer's room is like literally it's the worst because we think of like so we say we don't know what it's like to be a single mother, but we want to show you guys that we want to try and understand what it's like to be a single mother the best that we can, and this is what we came up with, and it was him trying to juggle fire while I'm walking across glass that I can't see. And one of the mothers was like, seriously, walking across glass, it's like walking across a sea of Legos.
Yep.
It's like walking across glass. And when you were holding something and you can't see anything, like the mask, and she's like, in juggling the fire, that nailed it. And I said, I can't believe that I can't believe that these single mothers were like, they got it. That was it. So we do stuff like, I mean, we do silly, like stupid stuff.
Yeah.
That we find hilarious. And we literally will sit in this little writer's room and we'll just throw stuff up against the wall. And eventually we're like, that's gold.
Yeah.
When we create new characters, we like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we had a character that was, and then the first idea is always horrendously bad. Like,
and then you go from there.
Yeah. What if we had a character who was I don't know, whatever, who was a mercenary, and then it turns into like this really fantastic idea. We've never done that. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to,
yeah.
But we take something from all the way on the other end of the spectrum, we turn it into something else.
Nice.
And we use inspiration from everywhere, and we steal ideas from everyone because that's how you
steal shamelessly.
Well, we were at the Cadabra event and they were like, so, you know, and the guys are talking to us like about our show, and we go, no, we have to write new material every week. They go, what? Because these performers who are performing for kids do the same performance over and over again because they don't have the same kids. They're doing different shows. Or like Vegas performers, they do one show for an entire year before they do another show. Or stand-up comedians who are doing the same exact act for 2 years, because most of those guys are 2 years before their next thing. And they, of course, they throw little new stuff in there, but you keep it around your show. We can't do that. There's no way. And kids are the worst critics ever. They're like, you'll be in the middle of your message. You're delivering a message. You're talking about the fire and glory of God. And the kid will be like, this is boring. Like,
I believe it,
dude. In the middle of it, just a third grader who's like almost in the fourth grade. He's about to graduate to Elevate, and he's like, dude, what is going on right here? They'll tell you straight up. So we're like, we gotta keep it as entertaining. Like, we have this scale, like when things have to be super up, like, so we start with worship, so we start with them up all the way up here. And then I come out and we call it character open, but that's where we like pray, introduce the kids. So I had this idea that like kids needed to know what the next step was when they become an adult. How are they gonna, what service gonna be like? So I make them say hi to their neighbors, and I just do like the normal like stuff that happens in hours, right? Where we do updates, we do birthdays, because obviously we don't have 1,200 people in the audience who are all adults who don't care about other people's birthdays. This is a group of kids who do. You know, and we do stuff like that. And then, so that's like kind of a lull down. And then we do skit, which is like back up here again. And right after skit, we do a transition, and then we do the message. We know that the kids are being forced to be there, right? Like no kid is coming to church on their own. They're not waking their parents up like, hey, we need to go to church. Our dream is that that's what our ministry does, is that they go, hey, we can't miss the show today because we won't get to learn the next part in our series. And the series is taught in a way that's, you know, so I do the first Sunday of every month is my message, and then the other 3 are Sean's. And then the third weekend I write the skit, and we just put everything together. So we put it together and throw it out there, and we do it in a series. So like, it's, you know, right now we're talking about being the light of the world. And so it's like, we have to have an arc, a 4-week arc that the kids are going to want to be invested to come back and have to see the next week to know how the next thing happens.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so weird how difficult it really is to do a great children's ministry.
Oh yeah. You know, the attention span.
I was telling somebody about our ministry, and they go, dude, I was like, when I was in the first grade or third grade, I was like felt boards. And I'm like, dude, that would not work, especially in today's world.
I don't even remember. I don't think I was going to church when, like, we would go on Christmas, and
yeah, that's how I was too.
That was, I think, it.
I was a holiday Christian with my parents.
Yeah.
But we have to write new material every week. We have to write new skits. I'm constantly writing new skits. And, you know, they're 18-minute skits, so they're like a full episode of a TV show.
Wow.
You know, some are shorter.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. It's a lot to do.
Yeah. You need to
That's cool, though.
You need to start writing and singing.
Hey man, I am all for writing. There's a few songs I've written I just need to finish. Like
Finish them.
yeah.
Finish them. I'm encouraging you.
Yeah. I need to write your opening thing too, man.
I'm so tired of using this, no offense to royalty-free music, but I've been using this royalty-free opening. I'm like, I want something that's mine that nobody else can have.
Yep.
Right?
I can create you something so random.
I want it awesome. I don't even care what it is. I just want you to be singing on it. I want Oleg to be playing the drums for it. I want it to be like the opening to like a late night television show. You know, when they come on and like The Roots is for Jimmy Fallon.
Wow,
Maybe you should rap on it.
You're starting to get high expectations here.
No,
man.
no. I don't care. I'm saying like that type of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should rap it.
I'll rap while Rudy sings classical in the background.
And Oleg is
There'll be
wailing on the
no
drums.
other instruments. It'll just be Oleg
Just the
drumming.
drums. No, you got to be playing the guitar.
No.
I do want something though. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. I think that would be great.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
I'm gonna bug you about it.
That's cool.
How soon can we get it? Does this one have to have the old music?
What?
Does
This
your
one have
episode
to have the
be-
old music?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to make time for it. We got to make time for the next episode too with these guys.
Yeah. We got to schedule in advance.
I know. Well, I tried 2 weeks in advance on this group.
Scheduling right after someone has twins is not going to work.
know, right? So we're gonna tell Rudy, hey Rudy, we should make a day out of it. We'll find
He's
a day
always
that
like,
we're all
oh
off."
man, I'm going to be in Florida this week. Oh, I'm going to be in.
I know. Do you think he flew himself to Florida? I'm kidding.
That'd be sick.
I think that you have to have a different license for that.
I don't think his plane goes that far.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's not that big.
Yeah. Well, he owns a plane though.
It's sick.
Yeah,
True. What am
How
I
do
saying?
you-
I made it sound like his plane's not that big.
his plane's not going all the way to
Yeah,
Florida.
his plane's not that cool. He still owns a plane though. Yeah, true. Good point.
Good point. I'm like, yeah, I'll drive this Jeep.
Yeah, I'll go and buy my plane ticket and sit in
Yeah.
the coach.
Yep. Which is what I do every time.
Middle seat. Yeah.
Do you hunt?
Nope.
Oh, that's right. We've had this conversation.
No, I've been hunting once, and I went through the whole thing just to make sure that I did it all.
Yeah.
Skinned it, everything.
That's cool. That's dope.
It was cool doing once.
Did you eat any of
I
the
don't
game?
know because one of it or part of it got donated, a majority of it,
Yeah.
and he kept the rest.
What was
but-
it? Elk?
Yep.
Oh, that's the best.
But we didn't do anything with it when I was there.
Dude, my brother-in-law made us some elk steaks with potatoes.
I'm getting hungry. I have not eaten yet.
You haven't?
No.
Actually, we're an hour and 46 minutes in.
Yeah. I was like, I'm going to go eat soon, man.
So it always happens this way where everyone thinks that they're going to come on for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like an hour and 30 minutes in, and they're like, oh, dude, I got like people to go see.
Yeah. Jonah's going to bed now.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I got to get food.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can hear them wrestling around out there now. They're like, oh, it's got to be coming over soon.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, somebody was out there. Somebody's out there. I'm telling you right now. All right, man. We'll wrap this up. I appreciate
Cool,
you.
man.
Thank
Yeah,
you so
dude.
much. I'm gonna do your opening now.
Oh, okay.
See what I do. I don't even.
At the end? That's
Yeah, dude.
weird.
No, because I recorded after the fact. So if I say like, I don't know, I can reference the episode.
Yeah. I got it.
I can be like, don't watch this episode.
There you go. Don't say that, though.
I'm not gonna say that.
That'd be weird.
I don't think you could watch this episode at all.
Good
Listen to
point.
this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I could say whatever I wanted in it, and I could reference, like I said, I could reference the.
Too bad no one got to see this whole Hello Kitty thing, man.
I'm gonna take a picture of it. Oh, I gotta
It
get a
didn't
picture.
even work either.
I gotta get a picture. I know it didn't. I mean, it worked for a minute, but I gotta get a picture of you.
It probably worked out that it didn't work. I mean, I'm right now, I have 116 points, and the guy I'm playing against has 133.
You have 116 points in a PPR league,
Don't make fun, man.
dude. That's pretty sad.
Well, Kelsey all of a sudden figured out what he was doing. Didn't even do anything the first half.
I have I have 100 points in a standard scoring league.
Yeah. I was hoping Eckler and Kelsey wouldn't be above what they were projected, and both of them are.
So Eckler has 12 points now. He's only rushed 4 times, but he's had 8 targets to him.
18 points here. I have 12 with Melvin Gordon.
Jeez. Yeah, I have 103 points in a standard scoring league. And, yeah.
Yep, I'm down there. Actually, yeah, pretty sure this will throw me in last. We'll see.
All right, I'm going to get this picture, get you out of here.
All right, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the listen. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, whatever you're going to do. I really had fun on this conversation. I hope that you enjoy it as well. We didn't get to watch the end of the game, so unfortunately I can't update you on scores. God bless everybody. I'll see you guys next time.